Chinese tradition, you have the meridians, which is a network of channels where this energy flows through. Right? And acupuncture works on that. You put needle points in. Acupressure works on pressing these points. So around the eyes, there are a number of acupressure points or acupuncture points, which will, when we use them, we begin to get energy flowing. The principle of acupuncture is that we have a blockage for some reason or another, then we have to move the needles and get the energy, the chi, to flow through. So when we have the chi flowing through, we have a healthy body. It's a balanced situation. So right now, we're talking about the visual system here, so we want the energy to keep flowing through the eyes in the right way. So we use the thumbs, and just next to the nose, up, underneath, under the bone, and some of you would feel when you press, put gentle pressure on and just move around, you might feel that this connects to one or both of the eyes, yes. If the ladies have long nails, then do something else. Okay, so just massage that. Just gentle pressure. Do you feel, does it connect with your eyes? The bone, underneath the bone. Right. Okay, the next one is where the glasses rest on the bridge of the nose. That's a very common one. You know, if you wear glasses and you're tired, then you do that sort of naturally. It's on the root of the nose, yeah? Up high. Okay. The third one is on the cheekbone here. It's about the same level as your nostrils, depending on how your cheekbone structure is. So use 2 or 3 fingers, then you'll hit it in one way or another. So just turn that around. And for some people, that feels very tender. It needs to be lower, where the bone is. Yeah. Your cheekbones are not that high. Okay. Right. So the next one is we use this part of the finger. This part of the finger, yeah. So this part. And then again, bend the finger so you don't stick your fingers in your eyes. And then just from the center and out. Again, the bone, and put an angle, so 45-degree angle, so you're pressing slightly up and out. Okay, so there are a number of acupuncture points that you will be addressing there. So this part here. Right. Okay, the last one is on the bottom part of the thing, from down here, just the bone again, all the way around and up. Now, the ladies would say, well, this causes wrinkles. So you just press several points, no? You don't have to stretch the skin, but just, yeah, like that. So for some of you, there again will be points there that are particularly sensitive, right? Yeah. So, Susie, for you, it would be underneath here and up there? Yeah. So that's the blockage. Yeah. So it differs. So what it needs to be, eventually it needs to be so that it's comfortable for you. So when you're doing that, how do you feel in your eyes? You feel it relaxed, yeah? Right. So this is an alternative to the, yeah. This is an alternative to the palming. And it's much more ecological in the office. Because if you're sitting like that, and, oh, his grandmother died again, you know. You know? So if you're doing this is much more socially acceptable. So what this exercise does, it gets the energy flowing in your visual system. Okay?
It feels similar to, like, have you ever taken a tea bag and rested on that?
Mm-hmm. Yes, yeah, right. Or cucumbers,
yeah.
Or something like that, yes, yeah. So it simply opens up. So this is the beginning to begin to work with energy. So we begin to get into the whole field of energy work. Okay, this particular school of energy work is coming from the Hindu tradition and from the Chinese Qigong tradition, and it's developed by a man called Choa Kok Soi. He's a Chinese gentleman who lives in the Philippines. He's a chemical engineer. Spent about 20 years developing this system. He published a book in, I think, 1986 or something like that. I met him in before he published the book. I lived in the Philippines at that time, The system is very nice. It's very attractive in the sense that it is developed by observing the energy field around people. He had friends who could actually see the energy constellation. So if you had somebody with a stomach ache, for instance, then he would say, oh, there's some yellow stuff. Okay, what if we sweep that away? What happens? So the stomach ache goes away. So the principle is cleaning and energizing, basically. Cleaning and energizing. Cleaning and what? Energizing. You clean away the old energy, and then you energize with fresh energy. So in terms of vision, we have the old energy. The energy in the visual system does not quite flow. Right now your eyes are sort of beginning to be a little bit tired. We have been working with them quite a lot. So we need to do something nice for them. Okay. But first you need to learn to sense this energy. All right. So energy is surrounding all living things. Trees, people, dogs, cats, cattle, anything that's living has an energy field around it. Some people can see it and everybody can feel it. So right now I'm going to teach you, if you want to, how to feel that. Okay? So the way that the Pranic healing teaches that is to simply touch the center of your palm, like this, and the fingertips. This activates your healing hands. And then shake. Just shake, like if you are shaking your fingers off, as much as possible. Right. Okay, then take your left hand. So you need to move around. You can sense each other. So you can sense me. I took a shower this morning, so it's okay. So put your attention in the left hand, and then begin to move closer towards me. You'll feel that there are different fields. Okay. So as you come closer, you can feel. Right. So you need to move around, and you can feel each other also. So try it and find out you can move around a bit and find out if there's a difference between the left side and the right side, the front and the back of the person. So just put your awareness in your hand. So there's a feel there. So the feel feels either as pressure or as tingling or heat or cold or... You follow thought. That's the key principle here. So whatever you direct your energy to go, it will go. But the intention you have, the energy will follow that. Okay. So now we can use the two fingers. You could feel the energy field of somebody else. So we can be more sort of sharpen our tools, sharpen our pencils, just using two fingers. Okay. So what I would like you to do is to just activate your hands again, and then with two fingers, then just find out. Okay. So I want to sense the energy level in my eyes. Okay, so just use two fingers like this and then just move them in and out until you find where the energy field is. So do this with yourself first, just briefly. Just get the sensation of that, and then turn to the person next to you and feel what the energy level in the eyes of the person next to you do. Just do it very briefly, otherwise you energize the eyes. Okay. So you have a sensation of something. So that's fine. That's just a feedback. Then turn to Susie, and Susie will feel your eyes, and you can feel Susie's eyes. So that you don't need to activate your hands in between.
Oh, okay.
So just get an idea of how somebody else's eyes feel. So we have an idea of what it is before we start doing any work. Okay. This measurement gives you a feedback of where we are. So now we start doing some work with the eyes. Okay. So to energize or to clean the eyes. Okay. We will do the same thing again. So there's a point between the eyebrows here. This is the energy center between the eyebrows. We will work through that. That energy center is responsible for the whole visual field. Okay. So energizing eyes is always the point between the eyebrows is responsible for the whole visual system. So we're working through that. We are never energizing the eyes directly. We do that through the back of the head. Like in profile, it's sort of like this. Right. Comes out like this. Okay, you have already learned how to measure this. You didn't know that. So the way to do this, if I'm going to measure, if I'm going to find out where your forehead comes here, okay, so if I want to measure the diameter, that's it. So it comes out like this to this. Right. So Sushi, she has more willpower. It's out here. But this diameter. Right. So that's how to measure the diameter of the chakras and the distance. Okay? So let's activate the hands again. And now we will begin to project energy in through that energy center. The energy color we will be using is apple green. Green apples all the way to Minneapolis. Okay, so just form your fingers like this, and then project, imagine that you have apple green energy coming out to your fingertips, going into that point between the eyebrows. Find a position in relationship with your forehead and the fingers where you feel that this is most efficient. So just play around with that a little bit. Maybe it's not touching, but just try to find out. Some people can actually see the color, others have a feeling, or you can maybe feel a prickling or whatever. So just imagine this apple green color coming out through your hand and into the eyes, spread out to the left and the right eye, and fill the entire socket with apple green. The purpose of the apple green is to loosen up the energy that's stagnant there. Okay, now change the color to pale yellow. Just pale yellow. So as a matter of having something to count, so the green is about 6 or 7 cycles of breathing. The yellow is 2. So if you just let your hands go down. Okay. So we have now energized, we have now added green color, which has the quality of cleaning. It's like green soap. Right. So now we need to clean the windows. We have sprayed the detergent on the windows. So now we need to clean them. The way we do that is that we imagine that we have incredibly long extensions of the fingers, about like this. Sort of whitish blue energy coming out of the fingers up to here. Some of you might actually be able to see this. Okay, so what we do is you clean this center first. So when you're doing this with somebody else, you go counterclockwise. So you go like this. Right. So you start in a big circle, go in like that. So when you're doing it on yourself, you go the other direction. So you just do this once or twice. So if I'm doing this on myself, I will do this like this. So it's I imagine it like my fingers here are sort of like candy floss. You're sort of just taking it up. And then you just throw it on the floor.
From out to in.
In a big circle and go in. Yeah.
So I'm going clockwise?
Yes, on yourself.
Clockwise?
Yeah. Yeah. And then go in. Yeah. Do it slowly. Okay. So I will put some green energy on the floor, so all the stuff that you throw there would be,
What color is this going to be?
white, bluish white. So you're just taking this stuff out. Okay, so just do this once or twice. This part is not, no. This is a refinement. This is master material. Master material. Especially for you. Okay.
I did it 4 or 5 times before I did it twice. I got a headache.
Okay. Yeah. So the next thing we do is that we will clean the eyes. So again with extensions. So clean just this part here. To be very systemic about it. The inner corners next to the nose. Then the middle of the eye. And the corners of the eye. And then just go free flowing. So just let the extension of your fingers go into the eye and sort of scoop out this stuff and throw it down. You can do it in any direction, and you can use both hands. When you do this in the right way, you will actually be scooping out any tiredness that you have in your eyes. So what happened? Yes. This is what you're waiting for the whole day. This is important. We need to do the cleaning very thoroughly, because this is the first time that you do this. So just continue to do the cleaning. There is an energy center in the middle of the eyes. There's also an energy center here in each temple. So if you want to be thorough about it, you can just sort of put a little apple green on the temples here and then clean this out. If you have one eye that needs more work than another, then you will incorporate that.
What's the purpose of the yellow?
The purpose of the yellow is to get the particles that the green has loosened to stick together. The yellow has sort of a sticky effect, so you can easier get it out. Okay.
So the green loosens it, the yellow sticks together.
Yeah, so if you imagine that there's all this stuff in there, so then the green is sort of breaking it down into particles, the tiny particles, and then the yellow sort of is like a glue that makes it, all stuff that we can get out. Many people perceive this as sort of grayish matter that you pull out of the eyes. Yeah.
2 hands for the cleaning and 1 for the
Energizing.
energizing.
Yeah. Energy comes out of the finger. We have energy centers in the fingertips.
Does it have to be the right one?
No. So when you're doing that, then your whole visual system feels very released and very comfortable. Okay? So the next thing, this is the first part, this is the cleaning part. So now we come to the energizing part. Okay. So we do the same thing again, yeah, but this time we use violet, a sort of a like lavender color, like lilac, again into the point between the eyebrows. You don't need to activate your hands, they're already in business. Okay, so just have that color come out through your fingertips, stream into that point between the eyebrows, and fill the eye sockets with lavender, light pastel color violet. That energizes the visual system. Again, the count there is 6 or 7 cycles of breathing. Okay. Again, find the position where you perceive that this is most effective. And you can use a crystal for this also. We'll talk about the crystals later. Okay. So just let your hands go down. Now, in order to stabilize, right now you have sort of a cloud of energy in front of your eyes. Right? So we need to stabilize that, and we do that with blue color. So it's like painting. So the energy is out here. We just sort of paint sky blue. So that stabilizes the energy. It makes it stay. Because otherwise, when you turn your head, it blows away. That's like cigarette smoke, if you like. Okay? So if somebody came in now and looked at their class, they will just open the door and close it again. So they're gone totally loony. I say to people when they do this exercise in the office, no, just they're mosquitoes here. Mosquitoes. There's so many mosquitoes in this office. So the last part of this is at the back of the head, there's an energy center at the same level of the eyes. You can just sort of clean it a little bit and then project white energy into that. So it goes into the back of the head, that's where the visual cortex is, and separate into 2 streams that goes into the optic nerve and go into the eyeball, energizes the retina, the muscles around the eye, the ciliary muscles, the lens, the whole eyeball, the cornea. So it's further down. It's at the same level. It's at the same level of the eyes. Yeah, at the back.
So what is, do you put any outfits?
No, just sort of clean. No,
Clean with blue.
no,
The violet.
green.
Oh, green. Or green.
Yeah. Just sort of sweep it. Make it simple. Just sweep it, and then the white. So let your intuition or the tiredness of your arm guide you. Okay. So when you're finished, then just close with blue. Yes, that's important, otherwise it leaks out.
In the back?
Yes, that's the last step always.